Let's talk about the fact that if you're currently feeling some type of way about someone because of something that they said or something that they did to you, or because you have a certain perspective about them because of something that happened, and you believe that you need this person to be able to move on or to be able to forgive, then this video is for you. My name is Oniara, and I want to empower you to become a better version of yourself because we all have the potential to become a better version of ourselves, but we're not all working towards it. So, these videos that I make are to share with you how I work towards becoming a better version of myself and how I believe that this can also help you. So, if you relate, remember to subscribe to this video and hit like so that other people are able to see this video as well. Getting back to the topic, you don't need the other person to be able to move past a certain situation or to be able to transform the way that you feel about the situation. It's common to hear that if you have to change the way that you feel about someone, then it's probably best to have a conversation with them, tell them everything that you need to say. But sometimes that's not the best option. And if you know yourself deeply and you know that the way that you're feeling about this person, we have to take responsibility about the way that we feel because it's not our responsibility how anybody feels about us, but it is our responsibility how we feel and how we're projecting that towards the world. So, when we're feeling some type of way about someone, we really have to look at ourselves, be completely honest. What is bringing this perspective and this emotion about this person? And it's usually a story that we're telling ourselves about the situation. Most of the time, this story is not 100% true. It's just a story that we've built based on the beliefs, the fears, the traumas, the mindset that we currently have in our lives. And so that story gets built, we stick to that story, we identify with that story, and then we believe that we need the other person to be able to change that story. But at the end of the day, we don't need anyone. We are the authors of our story, and we have to take responsibility to make a change in our story to be able to experience life differently. Because if we don't take the responsibility to change the way that we're feeling, to change the way that we're looking at our lives, then nothing in our lives will change and we will continue to be experiencing the same things. So, how do you start changing the perspective that you have about someone? So, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that this is a scenario between you and another person, and there has just always been tension in this relationship for the past years. And we are going to assume that you have been in this relationship with this person for 10 years. It is not necessarily a romantic relationship, but more like a relative relationship. And in this relationship, there's always been tension. You guys don't agree on many things, and sometimes your perspectives of each other can be completely opposites or completely different because you already hold this identity of this person. Okay, so if you've already identified a person in your life that makes you feel this way, stay with me. Okay. So once you've identified this person, notice that the way that you're feeling about this person is based on a story that you keep telling yourself about this person. And it doesn't really matter right now whether you have contact with this person or not. What we're trying to do here is shift the way that you feel, therefore, how you experience your life, because that is the only thing you can do. We cannot change another person. We cannot change the way that they behave, the way that they are, if they want to change, if they not want to change, if they want to commit, or if they don't want to commit. The only thing we can change is ourselves. And when we do so, we start experiencing life differently. Because when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And the only way to change the way we look at things and the only way to change the way that we look at things is to take responsibility and be completely, fully honest with ourselves about the story that we're telling ourselves that's creating the feeling that we're feeling. Back to this person that you've had this kind of tension relationship with, ask yourself, what is the story that is being created here? So you might be telling yourself, this person doesn't like me. This person always wants to disagree. This person cannot understand me. They're like completely committed to misunderstanding me. They don't see me. They don't love me. They don't really care for me. They're just fake. And I want you to ask yourself, like, is this 100% true? Have you never witnessed this person love you, see you, witness you, And most of the time, the answer is not going to be 100% yes, that yes, you are 100% sure that this person has never loved you, seen you, cared for you, and, been honest with you, whatever it is, the story that you're telling yourself. Ask yourself if this is 100% true. If you cannot answer that this is 100% true, start looking for other perspectives that can explain the situation in your life. So, for example, let's say that you say, "Oh, this person doesn't love me. They don't see me. They're always misunderstanding the way what I say, what I'm doing." And think about the fact that maybe this person, when they were growing up, when they were smaller, they probably went through the same thing with their parents. And so, therefore, they were never really taught how to understand another person's perspective, how to understand another person's vision. Okay, how to even relate to another person. A lot of people don't have these skills. A lot of people don't know this information. A lot of people are not aware of how their childhood trauma is being brought into their adulthood and how they're projecting that towards others. And so how can you shift the way that you're looking at the situation where you're victimizing yourself? How can you stop taking it personally? Because honestly, taking anything personally is such a waste of your time, because everybody is responding and reacting to the way that they currently feel in their lives. And it really has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with them and how they feel. So, again, it's our responsibility to face how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about others, and how we feel about the world. So, this is your reminder that if you're currently waiting for someone to come back or for closure, or you're saying that you need someone to change or to be different so that you can feel a different type of way about this person, remember that it's your responsibility, the story that you keep telling yourself. The other people might never change, the other person might never show up. So, are you going to continue to be feeling the way that you continue to feel when you tell yourself the story? Or are you going to change the story and change the way that you feel and therefore change the way that you experience your life? This is also forgiveness. Forgiveness for your past when you were little because of whatever is causing you to feel the way that you feel and creating the story that is being created currently. Because at the end of the day, the story that you're creating is telling you way more than what we're looking at. If you want to go deeper in this exercise with yourself, ask yourself, like, why was that story even created? Like, what part of you created that story? What part of you wanted to be validated to create that story? So if the story is this person misunderstands me, this person doesn't see me, they don't get me, why that story? Like, why do you keep telling yourself that? Maybe it's also a part of you, and somewhere in your past when you were smaller, a child or whatever, where you created this belief that you weren't seen, that you weren't loved, that you weren't enough, whatever the belief is, the story is. If you take your time to look at it way deeper, you'll notice that the root cause of it is not just the person in front of you. The person in front of you is giving you the opportunity to see more of yourself, and where you can heal and when you can accept more and when you have work to do. But at the end of the day, that work is yours and your responsibility. So I hope this made sense. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Remember to subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, guys.